Alright, boys and girls. So far, we have learned that cells are the smallest units of living things. Cells that have similar functions form tissues, tissues form organs, and organs make up the different systems in the body. Let's look at this picture and go over some of those systems. The first one that we see is the circulatory system. The circulatory system keeps blood flowing throughout the entire body. We can also see the nervous system. The nervous system controls communication between the brain and the rest of the body. The respiratory system takes in air to the body. The skeletal system is made up of bones and gives the body shape. And the muscular system allows the body to move and gives the body its strength. Today is our very last lesson, and we're going to learn a little bit more about how to keep all of these systems working and running properly. Let's go over some vocabulary words. Recovery. Recovery means a return to good health after an illness or an injury. So if Kiana missed several days of school, but she still had a fever when she woke up this morning, so she missed another day, that would not be a recovery. But if Ella caught the chicken pox, was home for a week, and when she went back to school she was completely healed, that would be a recovery. If even after seeing the physical therapist twice a week for a month, Matthew's elbow still ached, that would not be a recovery. But if after a long night at the hospital, Dr. Simon took a nap and felt good as new, he would have recovered from the stress of his night. Network. A network is a group of things that are connected to one another. The human body is a network of complicated systems working together. Terms. Terms are words or phrases used to describe a thing or an idea. The terms sweat and perspiration mean the same thing. Calories. Calories are the units used to measure the amount of energy in foods. The calories in the foods that we eat provide the energy we need to fuel our bodies. Windpipe. The windpipe is the passage in the throat that carries air to the lungs. The windpipe and the esophagus, which carries food to the stomach, are located next to each other, but serve very different functions. Take a look at this, boys and girls. What are you looking at? You're looking inside a human body with all of its many complicated parts. We can see the stomach and the intestines, the kidneys, and the bladder. Today, we are going to review some of the things that we've already learned about the human body and its network of important systems. Remember, a network is a group of things that are connected to each other. Let's start with the system you learned about last. This is the system that helps you sweat and pee, the excretory system. Who remembers any other terms for sweat or pee? Perspiration and urine. Have you tried using those terms with your family and friends yet? Which system is responsible for processing your food into nutrients that your body can use and getting rid of waste that it doesn't need? It's the digestive system. What about the name of the tube that carries food from the mouth to the stomach? The esophagus is your food tube. We didn't talk about it, but there is another tube right beside it called the windpipe. The windpipe leads to your lungs. So, what do you think travels through the windpipe from your mouth to your lungs? It's something else that the body needs to live. Air. In this picture, we can't see the esophagus. Air travels down the windpipe through the nose or through the mouth, and that's what we can see. The esophagus is right next to the windpipe, but it's a separate tube. Look at the picture of the human body in this image. Look at all of the bones that make up the skeleton. That system is called the skeletal system. Let's review another easy one. What system do muscles belong to? The muscular system. The skeletal and muscular systems work together to help you move. Nerves are a part of your nervous system. Nerves run like highways across every part of the body, traveling up the spinal column and all the way to the brain. Don't confuse nerves with veins and arteries, the tubes that carry blood through the body. The nervous system and the circulatory system look similar in the pictures. That's because blood covers a lot of territory too. We've talked about nutrients and the way they travel through your blood to support your body's systems. Without blood, these important substances would have no way to nourish your body. The circulatory system circulates, or moves, your blood. You know that each body system performs a separate function, and that each system is made up of organs. Organs are made up of tissues, and tissues are made up of cells. From largest to smallest, the order is organs, tissues, then cells, which are the smallest. Let's think about skin as an example. Moving from the smallest part to the largest, skin cells combine to form skin tissues, and those tissues combine to form the skin as we see it. That's the way the human body works. Touch the skin of your arms or face. The skin is an interesting organ because it covers the entire body, and it is the largest organ in the human body. It is important to keep your cells, tissues, organs, and body systems all running smoothly. You can do that in many different ways. We've talked about the importance of making healthy food choices. Food gives you energy to grow, breathe, move, fight germs, and heal. Some foods have more nutrients in them than others. Choose a variety of foods, especially those high in nutrients. Balance your daily diet with several servings of grains, fruits, and vegetables, and smaller portions of dairy, meat, and eggs. Remember to eat only a few sweets and fats, and don't forget that fresh food will give you lots more vitamins and minerals than packaged ones. So head for the produce aisle or a local farmer's market and stock up on fresh fruits and vegetables. Nick Nutri has a lot of healthy fruits and vegetables in his basket. Take a minute to look at them. Which one is your very favorite? Besides eating a well-balanced diet, what other ways can you keep your body healthy? Exercise, or staying active, can help you maintain a healthy body weight. When you exercise, your body uses energy from the food you eat. The amount of energy that food provides to the human body is measured by calories. Food labels list the number of calories, or the amount of energy, in packaged foods, telling you how much energy is stored in them. You should eat enough food each day to provide your body with about the same amount of energy that it uses up during the day. If you eat too much and don't exercise, your body will store the extra food energy as fat. If you don't eat enough to satisfy your body's needs, your body will use its stored energy, and you may lose weight. You are burning energy all the time, even when you are sleeping, but your body uses much more energy to exercise than it does to sleep. If you weighed 100 pounds, you would burn about 40 calories just by standing still for 30 minutes. But if you walked for 30 minutes, you would burn about 120 calories. You would use up to 3 times more energy by walking as you would by standing still for the same amount of time. Here's a puzzle for you to solve. There are about 160 calories in a snack-sized bag of potato chips. If you burn 120 calories by walking for 30 minutes, about how much longer would you need to walk to burn up all the calories in that bag of chips? You would have to walk another 10 minutes, 40 minutes in all, to burn the additional 40 calories in the bag of chips. 120 divided by 30 equals 4 calories per minute. What type of exercise do you think might burn the calories even faster than walking? Exercise keeps your heart and lungs working well, fights off illnesses and disease, and builds strong bones. Make exercise a daily part of your life. Whenever possible, walk and cycle instead of getting in a car. Climb stairs instead of taking an elevator. Swim, play soccer, take karate or gymnastic lessons, or shoot hoops with your buddies. All of these are good forms of exercise. Choose what you enjoy and have fun. Keeping clean is another important part of staying healthy. There are many types of germs that can make you sick. Bacteria, the tiny one-celled creatures that Anton van Leeuwenhoek studied, are one of the most common types of germs. Bacteria are everywhere. They are an important part of nature, and most bacteria are not your enemies. In fact, many bacteria live in your gut and help you digest your food. But millions more live on your skin, and some of them may be harmful. That's why it's important to wash your hands often and well. Wash them throughout the day, especially before eating. Besides hand washing, make sure that you clean every other part of your body too. Take frequent showers and baths, shampoo often, and keep your fingernails short and clean. Brush your teeth regularly to get rid of old food and germs that feed on it. Use floss to keep your gums healthy, and get rid of any food stuck between your teeth. Regular toilet habits are signs of good health. Most of the time, you don't have to think too hard about these daily habits, but sometimes your body reacts and lets you know that you need to take extra care. Sometimes feces become hard and dry, making them difficult to pass. That is called constipation. With diarrhea, the opposite thing happens. Feces become loose and runny and may signal an infection in the intestines. When waste systems do not function well, drinking lots of water usually helps. Make sure to listen to your body and the nerve signals that it sends to your brain. Don't put off using the bathroom when you need to go. How many of you wake up feeling tired in the morning? Has anyone ever asked, did you get up on the wrong side of the bed? If you're tired or grouchy when you wake up, that may mean that you are not getting all of the rest that your body needs. Most 7 or 8-year-olds need about 10 or 11 hours of sleep each night. As you sleep, damaged body cells and tissues are repaired and replaced. If you are sick, sleep will help speed your recovery or return to good health. Eating well, exercising, keeping clean, and getting enough rest are all good ways to keep your millions and billions and trillions of tiny cells working properly. You should also make sure to have regular checkups with a doctor or other healthcare professional. I have loved sharing my knowledge of health and nutrition with you. Your body is yours alone, and you have the power to take care of it your whole life. Now that you know what to do to keep it in good condition, I hope you will treat it as well as you would any one of your favorite machines. I'm sure you'll agree that you will never find another machine quite as amazing as the human body. Before we go, my friends, I want to talk about something that we heard in the read aloud today. We heard the phrase, they got up on the wrong side of the bed. Have you ever heard that before? It sounds kind of silly, but this is just another way of saying that someone woke up in a bad mood and is acting kind of grouchy or mean. Has that ever happened to you? I know it happens to me sometimes. Sometimes I wake up on the wrong side of the bed and I'm feeling pretty grumpy. Tell a family member today about a time when you woke up feeling grumpy too, but instead of saying that you woke up in a bad mood, tell them that you got up on the wrong side of the bed.
All right, my friends. Today we talked about different things we can do to keep our bodies healthy. What are some of those things that Nick Nutri said we could do to keep our bodies healthy? We talked about a lot of different things, so there's lots of correct answers here. Some of the things that we talked about were eating a well-balanced diet, like we learned about in our last lesson, exercising, keeping clean, and making sure that we're getting enough rest. What happens if someone eats more calories than he or she burns up in exercise? That will cause the body to gain weight. What happens if someone eats fewer calories than they're burning up during exercise? That will cause the opposite problem, the opposite thing. It will cause them to lose weight. What are calories again? We just had a couple questions about them. What are calories? Calories are a unit we use to measure how much energy a food has in it. In what ways are the windpipe and the esophagus similar, and in what way are they different? How are they similar and how are they different? The windpipe and the esophagus. Let's think about how those are similar. I think that they are located in the same part of the body. Where are they located? In the throat. They both lead from the mouth to another part of the body, but they're different because our esophagus leads from our mouth to where? To our stomach. And the windpipe leads from our mouth to our lungs. I want you to think now. I want you to turn to whoever is helping you today. I want you to think of a question you could ask them about our Read Aloud today that starts with the word what. So you might say, what is one way that we can prevent germs from entering our bodies? See if you can think of another question that you could ask them that starts with the word what. If they can't answer it, then you get to be the teacher for a little while and answer it for them. Explain the answer to them. When you are done and you've wrapped up that conversation with your buddy today, I want you to open up the PDF that is attached to this assignment. I'm going to move over to my computer so I can show you what we're going to do today.
All right, my friends, we have got two different parts to our assignment today. Our first part, we have a healthy habits checklist. So on this list, we see pictures of healthy habits that are good for you to maintain or keep up. For this assignment, I want you to place a check mark next to each healthy habit that you personally do a good job of keeping up on. And I want you to write a sentence next to the picture that describes how you keep that healthy habit. So our first one is a picture of someone washing their hands. Place a check mark if you feel that you do a good job of washing your hands when you go to the bathroom, before you eat, and anytime they are unclean. Then you'll write a sentence telling me how you keep those hands clean, how you keep that habit. Our next one shows a picture of a girl getting a good night's rest. Remember, it's very important for our bodies for us to get the correct amount of sleep each night to make sure that we're getting a full night's sleep. Place a check mark next to that one if you do a good job of getting enough sleep each night, and write a sentence telling me how you are maintaining that habit. Next one, we have a picture of someone visiting a doctor. It is important to have regular checkups with your doctor so they can tell you how to keep yourself healthy. If you do a good job of meeting regularly with doctors for checkups, put a check mark on that one. And again, write one sentence telling me how you maintain that healthy habit. Our last healthy habit is this person drinking water. Remember, our bodies need water to survive, and it is very, very important that we get enough water each day, 6 to 8 cups. If you do a good job of getting all of the water that you need to keep your body working strong and healthy, put a check mark in that box and write a sentence explaining how you practice that healthy habit. When you are done with the checklist, I'm going to have you pause this video until you are finished with the checklist. When you are ready for the next part of our assignment, go ahead and hit resume and scroll down to the second page. On the second page, we have one more journal entry. This journal entry, I want to be a little bit longer than some of our other ones. On this one, instead of 2 to 3 sentences, I want you to give me 3 to 4 sentences. For this journal entry, I want you to imagine that you are living a day where you are making all healthy choices. I want you to explain what that day would look like. What that day would look like when you are making only healthy choices. What would you do in the morning? What kind of foods would you eat? What kinds of activities would you do? What things would you need to make sure that you're doing to make sure your body is staying healthy? When you are finished explaining what that day full of healthy habits looks like, if you would like, you may illustrate your person to make it look like you, or you can leave it if you do not wish to do so. When you are done, whether or not your person has been illustrated, go ahead and turn it in, and you are all finished today.